A Shop for Killers, episode 1. So, episode 1 overall is off to a great start. To some, it may be or seem a little slow, but it's to be expected because they are setting the story up. They're introducing us to characters, they are giving us, the start of the plots, they're giving us some background, setting up the scene, and pulling us in as viewers to get us ready for all that is to unfold in the next 7 episodes after this. So overall, episode 1, I give it a stamp of approval. It's going well. They set things up well, and it leaves you excited to know more. Okay, from here on out, there will be spoilers from episode 1. So if you have not watched episode 1 and you don't want to know any spoilers, I gently encourage you to maybe skip this video and move on to something else. So you have had your fair warning, and I will continue on to tell what happened in episode 1 with spoilers. You have been warned. Don't come at me later. The episode starts off with this kind of scene where there are a bunch of mercenaries that are going towards Jian and Jiman's home, and we don't know what's going on. There are drones. There's a sniper waiting for Jian to step out so he can take her out. And in the midst of all that chaos, Jian has a flashback to her uncle Jinman teaching her about blind spots. And this is a skill that she's going to now have to use in her current situation to stay alive. And I believe this is going to be the true essence of the drama. It's going to be Jian recalling tips and clues and knowledge from her uncle Jinman to help her survive this whole ordeal. So that flashback is able to help her to get out of this predicament. You see her jumping across the room because she was stuck in a corner and she's trying to get towards a gun to help defend herself. She makes it across, flips over the couch, and finds a freaking sniper rifle under her uncle's couch. So this is a clue as to the real identity of her uncle. The fact that she's not able to take this gun out, load it, and use it shows that her uncle has been preparing her for something like this for a long time. So kudos to him, and I'm glad that she didn't forget any of those lessons. This episode has so many flashbacks, and I feel like this is going to be something that is recurring throughout the whole series. So we see her flashback to when she's moving into her college apartment, and her uncle freaking buys her a bulletproof closet. Like, who does that? So there's so many clues that I guess were there, but maybe not necessarily visible if you weren't searching for it. So I came saying like, oh, what if it rains bullets? That's the reason he's getting her a bulletproof closet. And just like, why would it rain bullets? Like, come on now. But obviously the life that he's lived, or the life that he is living, this kind of situation is maybe not necessarily too far off. Then we have the childhood friend Jung-min, who is playing the character of a helper to both Jian and to her uncle Jinman. We see that he's helping with the little things, for example, clean up the crime scene where her uncle supposedly offed himself. We see him as an emotional support for Jian as she is breaking down after losing her uncle and is just not in a good place. In terms of her uncle Jinman, Jung-min was a helper in the sense that he helped redo the website for the uncle. So using his computer engineering skills to kind of revamp the website, not necessarily knowing what the website was for, that it was a cover-up. And then, like, I feel like this should be common sense. Like, you don't open things you don't know. You don't reply to strangers, especially on the dark web. Like, I feel like, especially Jung-min as a computer engineer, he should know better than that. And more importantly, you don't respond to people that send messages on a site that sells weapons. So I was just like, yo, I know they may have been coming for Jian sooner or later, but they made sure it was sooner with responding to these messages. But episode 1, pretty good. I'm excited. Good stuff. I'm looking forward to episode 2.